All right, guys. Welcome back to another video. Guys, I did not do my Friday fish video like I normally do because on Friday night I felt like some homemade spaghetti and I hadn't had some in, man, almost about a year now. So I decided to make me this nice big pot of spaghetti. So let's jump into this video and I'm going to show you how I get it done. Alrighty, guys. I know some of you are saying a year not eating spaghetti, but trust me, it has been just that long since I had homemade spaghetti. But what I do have right here, guys, is some ground beef. This is 80/20 ground chuck. And I have me some ground Italian sausage, my favorite marinara sauce, Bertolli. And I'm going to be using some black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, uh, Italian seasoning, some tomato bouillon, some green bell peppers and onions, and some spaghetti noodles. All right, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and brown our meat off right here. That's 1 pound of ground chuck. And I'm going to come in and add my Italian sausage in here. This is also 1 pound. All right, so I'm just going to come in with my spoon here and just start breaking these up. I don't want to break it up too fine, guys. I like for my spaghetti to still have kind of like chunks of meat in it, so I'm not going to break it up too much. But I'll just get these browning just a little bit. See how much liquid it gives off, whether I need to drain this or not. And then I will be back to add my onions and green bell peppers to it. All right, so I have my meat browning now a little bit, giving off a little juice, but not much. So I'll just go ahead and get my onions and green bell pepper inside of here. And we're just going to give that a mix, break up my onions a little bit, and we just want to cook this down until my meat is completely done and my vegetables begin to slightly soften a little bit. All right, so I'll just let that cook. And once that cooks down, it should start looking just like this. You see my meat isn't broken up too much. It's giving off some liquid, but not really too much that I feel I need to drain it. So I'll just go ahead and give that a little mix. Then I'm going to come in and start adding some seasonings inside of here. The first thing I'm going to put in here, I'm going to add me some ground black pepper to it. All right, once I get my pepper in, I'm going to add some onion powder. I'm going to go heavy on the onion powder. You guys know how I do with my onion powder by now. Then I'm going to add some garlic powder in it. Now you could use fresh garlic or minced garlic, but I'm not real big on garlic. I just think it overpowers everything, so I try to stay away from like fresh garlic or whatnot. Then I'm going to come and add some Italian seasoning inside of here. And no, I don't have a fancy kind of Italian seasoning. That's just the label came off. That's just a regular store bought Italian seasoning. Then I'm going to come in and add some of this tomato bouillon. Now this has sodium in it, so I'm not going to add anything else that has sodium in it. All right, and I'm just going to give that a good mix, get all of my seasonings distributed, and I'm just going to let this cook down for a couple of minutes until my seasonings really get absorbed by this meat and inside of this liquid. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my tomato sauce down here. This is my marinara sauce. You could use any brand that you would like. I happen to like Bertolli's. So I'm going to get all of that in. I forgot what size jar that was, but I'll have it in the description of the video. And I'm just going to mix that in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse that jar out and use that water to kind of loosen this up, because I'm going to partially boil my noodles and then let it finish cooking inside of this sauce. So I want to make sure I have enough liquid in here. So I just put maybe about a cup full of water inside of my jar here. And I want to put a little bit more liquid inside of here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of that in. And do not throw away that glass jar, guys, because winter time is coming, and that's going to make the best drinking glass you ever had. Just go out to the spigot, fill it up with water. Y'all don't know about the spigot. Okay, so I'm just taste testing this now. And after I taste tested it, I knew it was going to need something, which is some brown sugar, all white sugar. I'm just using brown sugar. Cut the acidity of that tomato. And in total, I put about 3 or 4 tablespoons, but that's for my liking, guys, because I like my tomato sauce to be more on the sweet side, but you could definitely add less than that. So I'll just give that a nice stir. And then something I didn't mention in the beginning is I'm going to add just a little bit of parsley flakes in here. All right, so I'll get that parsley flake mixed in. Then I'm going to turn this down to like a medium low and just let this simmer for about 30 minutes or so, covered. And then I'll come back and add my spaghetti noodles inside of here. All right, guys, I am back. Let's go ahead and get this spaghetti inside of here. And I let this cook for maybe about 5 minutes. I like my spaghetti al dente, and I don't want to overcook it, so I let it cook inside some salted water for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to let it continue to cook inside of here. And it's going to absorb most of this liquid. And that's going to give me just a nice consistency that I want, not anything too runny or anything. So I'll get this mixed in, and then I'm going to cover it. And once I cover it, I'm going to let it cook for maybe about 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most. And this is going to be done. All right, guys, so I am back, and this is how my spaghetti is looking after I got everything mixed together. Let it cook for about 10 minutes. And I can tell it's not where I want it to be just yet. These spaghetti noodles could absorb a little bit more of that sauce. So I just covered it back and let it go for another 10 minutes. And when I come back, this should be done. Alrighty, guys, so this is how I like for my homemade spaghetti to look right here. You can see that it absorbed pretty much all of that liquid. I know some people like having their meat sauce served on the top, but I always prefer mine to be cooked together just like this. And this is exactly how I want it. I know my noodles are perfect. And you can see that my meat is still in chunks like I like it to be. So this meal right here is done. We're about to plate this thing up. Give it a nice taste test. And while all of this was going on, I was getting me together a little pan of biscuits. And I just hand shaped these things, cookie cutter or anything. I just cut those things, form them with my hand and in the oven. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna take my thumbnails and my videos, then I'm gonna give this a taste test. Alright, guys, I am coming back with a quick taste test. This is my homemade spaghetti, and I got me a side of biscuits. So we're gonna jump right into this thing. Look at me being fancy with a fork. Nice spaghetti. See how I got that meat still in chunks. Look at that. That's still hot. Oh, that's still hot. Hold on a minute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Besides the fact of that being still really, really hot, that's really, really good. I think that tomato bouillon put it over the top, because that's perfectly seasoned. And that Bertolli's marinara sauce never disappoints. That is so good. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Nice fluffy biscuit. Mm-hmm. Alright, guys. Excuse me for smacking. Alrighty, guys. Excuse me for smacking, but that macaroni, that spaghetti, it was so good. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and share my channel if you could. And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, Cooking and Chillin with Kenny. And I'm going to see you guys in my Sunday dessert video. I have a nice, cool dessert for you guys. Alrighty, guys, don't forget the hashtag Pray for Love and Peace.